All right, y'all, I'm back with the Libra reading. After this, next, we got the Scorpio reading. For Libras, the song that I had in my song was Overdose. Overdose. Overdose on you. Who was it? Yeah, that's by Jamie Foxx. That's that song. So, yeah, that's that song, Overdose. I really didn't know how to feel about that because it was kind of weird. Because I was like, is somebody on drugs? I was like, are you going to like overdose to the point to where like, what is that? I was like, so are you addicted to something like a form of love, a person, a situation, pain, mentally, like trying to numb? Because that's where like addictions come from. So my mind just went to the worst. It really did. So I was like, what the fuck was that about? So I was like, or shit, or it could have been you necessarily just, I don't know, because the song is kind of like being in love with somebody and it's intoxicating, it's enticing, and you just like, you love the shit out them and you just want more, 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 and more. So that's what I said. My mind just possibly went to the worst in every scenario. So we'll see what comes out though, because my mind was just like, what the fuck is going on over here? Okay. It really did. Five of Cups when you first start out. Yeah. Yeah. Could be the past. Old relationship or trying to revive some part of or the past. You got the strength. Three of Wands. Some of y'all may be moving on. Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Maybe giving into a sense of temptation. You got Scorpionic energy. You got Libra here as well. On top of under the Leo. Nine of Swords. Jesus Christ. That shit. Six of Swords. And you have the Magician as well. Oh, shit. I need one more for the overall move. No. I said just one more. Ooh, wait a minute. We're going to take the moon. And we're going to put all them up. We're going to put them on the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck, reason why I said some of y'all may be going through like some drug withdrawals or like addictions or whatever the case may be, because it speaks of that type matter. That's possibly why. That's probably for somebody. It's probably saying it's time to put it down, get sober. And you got the devil card reversed too. Alright, okay, you got Seven of Pentacles, you got the Devil in reverse, Five of Pentacles reverse, and the Two of Swords. Some of y'all may be trying to cut something out, like an addictive type trait, personality, situation, substance, whatever it is. Because I think somebody's looking at, like, over-reflecting, like, this is how only far it got to me. It didn't get me to the Ten of Pentacles to where I feel fulfilled in the sense of feeling completed. It gets me to the point to where I always feel like I need more or I need to redo. So there could be relationships, connection with people. I said somebody's like trying to see. It's kind of like, yeah, no. That's what it kind of gives me though. That's what it kind of gets me though. Overall, you got the moon being in reverse. Y'all hear me say, what's done in the dark comes to the light. I'm going to put my table glitter. I'm sorry. But yeah, you got the moon though being reversed. There could be the worries, the fears, the situations. Like, I don't know what the shit just popped in my head. It's like, shit, the bad already done happened. Like, that's what I was finna say. God damn, that's the way to think. Somebody's a pessimistic type of person. Let me tell you that. Okay, you got Five of Cups being reversed. You hear me say, this could be some past relationship or connection that you had or something that you lost at once upon a time that, it just feels like it brings you a great value. Because with the Six of Pentacles and the Scorpionic type energy, it's like something that brings you a great value to where it gave you some sort of change than what you actually needed. So it could have been something to where like you lost, but it gained in a sense of something like a transformation, like being able to let go, being able to shed, being able to push. Like it really do though. That's why I said being addicted to a certain type of love, relationship, patterns, how you give, what you do, the dark, the shadowy side, like that type of instances. And you got the Eight of Pentacles. No, shit, I'm jumping over. And you got the Queen of Swords here. Stepping into your own energy, or it could be a person you speaking about certain past type instances. I like that. I like that though. Queen of Swords. Could be receiving though. Like you hear me say this confirmation of like, yes, yes. Yes, yes. That's why I said it just gets me. I'm telling you, in my head, overdose is like overdose. Overdose. Strength. You got justice in the 9 of Swords. That's tricky though. The reason why I'm saying it's overdose because like that's at the lines to where it becomes very tricky to where like you can rely on somebody to that point to where they make you feel fulfilled. That's why I said, ooh, why am I rocking from side to side? Who do this? Like who's doing that? Jesus. We're just gonna go with it. But though I say, well, why am I doing this? We're just gonna go with it. But you got justice in the 9 of Swords reverse. So it could be here, like you hear me say, oh, I wish I could show y'all. Hold on, without this falling down. Like, is it gonna show? Wait a minute. Damn, it's gonna fall down. You know, this real raggedy over here. You got the strength facing the 5 of Cups. So it could be some past something or connection or something that was really dear to your heart. 5 of Cups upright. It's kind of like going through that sense of loss. And it's kind of like, okay, this is what it gave me. So it could have brought you great strength. I don't know if it's a person or connection or tethered to someone. Because you hear me say, some people be so focused on the 3 that they lost that it takes for things to get flipped upside down to see what's necessarily behind them. What they appreciate. So that's why I said, this is like, that's why it's kind of tricky though. Because it's kind of like going down that path of what is I did this, like trying to revive it, like a clear, thinking like I coulda, shoulda, woulda, landed into the 9 of Swords. That's why I said that guilt, that strain, that shame, stress, and a sense of worry of I coulda, shoulda, woulda. I see you got 8 of Pentacles though. Some of y'all may be going to school. Some of y'all may be going to school dealing with some sort of legal matters or whatever the case may be. Stress and time, not knowing how to compartmentalize those things, especially with relationships or whatever. So it's kind of like somebody's complaint. If you're dealing with that, especially with this, I don't like these here too. Because if you're in a relationship, it's kind of like you ain't got time because you're doing too much. So let me just say that somebody's doing too much or you're doing too much or needing to be this ideal of strong. That is masculine energy. If you are a woman, I just want to say that it is masculine energy. Okay? As a dude, they know. This is what they've been taught. Women, we ain't been taught this shit. So as a woman, check that. Alright. You got 3 of Wands over here as well. And you got the 6 of Swords in the Magician, though. I like that, though. Here's what I don't like, though. Because you got the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles mean, like, say, for instance, if you're waiting on some sense of truth or awakening or emotional type matter, hard space, clearing in the time with the Overdose song, like somebody could have been thinking, like, hyper negatively thoughts or whatever the case may be. Like, you hear me say not being able to see, and the 7 of Cups, like, things being hidden from you, like the illusions, and when things finally get free for you to take that step to be able to move on in the direction you need to. This is that, I don't know. Because you was too impatient to fill out the process. So now when the option comes, it's kind of like, shit, what I'm going to do? What you going to do? You know, free will is a book of wooger. Let me fix my bra. Yeah, free will is a book of wooger. It is. Free will is a book of wooger, though. And you hear me say this here, too, with the Magician, though. If you got all the earthly elements and it's something that it is that you want, why are you resorting to dark magic? I digress, because whatever you're using it for, that's whatever you're using it for, but I don't know. I'm like the Page of Swords. I don't know as well. I think that's probably y'all energy. I think some of y'all, because this is the thing, though. Air signs rarely feel their emotions. Like I said in that reading, I was like, some of y'all have to learn how to shut up and feel. I was like, for it's those type matter. Y'all got Emperor out here on the deck. They're not Emperor and Temperance. Some things don't go together. Like, they don't. But reason being, I said y'all don't kind of feel y'all emotions sometimes too. Like, y'all just go with the flow so much sometimes that when you recognize that you going with the flow and you that's kind of like you on a flight, right? and you going somewhere, you know where you're supposed to be, and you land somewhere where you don't need to be. That's what y'all do. Like, that's how y'all let y'all thoughts and logic take y'all sometimes. And they be like, what the hell? Like, that's what it kind of gets me, though. That's why I said just for that matter. You got the Star, the Nine of Cups, and the Fool, though. That's why I said some of y'all probably was waiting on some type of opportunity to be able to be free, to be able to let go of, or whatever the case may be, or to reawaken a connection with somebody, and it's kind of like you too stubborn to make that sense of move. Because you got the Star. That's why I was like, that's crazy. How you going to have the Star here being reversed? Like, oh, man, it didn't happen. But then want it to happen, and then you got the rest. That's why I said some of y'all are crazy. That's why I was like, where you at in your headspace? Because you got the Star here. I tell you, that's kind of like dreams not being fulfilled. That's kind of like a situation of something not happening the way you want it to. Then you got the Nine of Cups because it do happen. Then you get the opportunity to take the chance. Somebody just don't see the value in it. All right. You got Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the King of Swords, though. Libra. Some of y'all are being forced, you hear me say, going down a path to where it seems like you losing certain things that's going on in your life. It's forcing you to go back to the past of how people were unfair to you, unkind to you, how they treated you. Father, it could be, you hear me say, the maternal aspect, or a masculine aspect, like a father figure, those aspects. It could be a person, you hear me say, I don't know. But the logic of what you were taught or how you were gained as a child in this thing. This speaks of like old soul contracts, you hear me say, or situations from the past. So in this lifetime, a lot of people, you hear me say, it's like being forced to let go of the old things. And it may feel like it's very abrupt. That's why I said some of y'all get the opportunity to take a second chance at something, or to finally get what it is that you want, that you've been hoping and dreaming and waiting on. Yes, yes, yes. Only to get it and say, I don't want it. And that's crazy as hell. That's why I'm like, what the hell? Is it because of... I'm like, what? We're going to figure that out, though. Because you got Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Temperance. Nine of Pentacles speaks of being able to, you see how like this is the garden, this is her own garden, she's able to get what she needs, it's her independence, right? Nine also speaks of the awakening, you hear me say, the spiritual ascension and knowledge. So this could be how far somebody has gotten in their path of spiritual enlightenment. That's where the stars reverse. It's where the moon is pulling it back. So it's kind of feeling like it's pulling back old wounds. Because sometimes when you're healing and you're using this sense of magic, right? And you're required to ascend, it's kind of like in those moments, you only see what you see. So if you're so used to having this and going to your garden where you have the tools but you're not utilizing them, you got to get ready for a shuffle. A shuffle. But you got the Emperor here and the Ten of the Temperance being reversed. So it's kind of like if you were dealing with some issues of abusive in the past or whatever the case may be. Like a lot of people fail to recognize when they deal with abusive type partners and they lead a relationship, when they go into the next relationship, they could end up being dominated or dominating someone else. Whether it's in a workspace, whether it's business, whether it's connection, all those different types of things, they can end up taking those things out on other people. Emperor also speaks of the lack of patience that's being amplified in positions where it's need to gain a sense of restraint. And that's not there, you hear me say, with the Knight of Pentacles. That's why I said it's kind of like, it's kind of like somebody overthinks and at the same time they second guess themselves a lot. All right, so you got the Four of Wands, you got the Pages of Swords, and you got the Seven of Wands. That's why I was like, Jesus Christ. Four of Wands and the Page of Swords and the Seven of Wands. It's kind of like, though I say, with patience being an issue, with being able to be self-composed and deal with certain things that you need to, or as well if it's like a father figure or just connecting with one, or your ability to be a father as a parent, or trying to keep shit under control, or dealing with certain men. This just gives me somebody that's flighty, the indecisive, where Libras get those names. We all say, we ain't wishy-washy, and they be like, shit. I'm sorry. But you got Four of Wands being reversed. I tell you, I don't like that, because that's kind of like not being a team player. If it's very irrational, that's somebody that's kind of like in the King of Swords being reversed and the Temperance and the goddamn Emperor being reversed. It's kind of like, no, I'm good. Like, somebody don't even give shit time. They like, I'm out. Like, woo. And the Page of Swords. They don't even get what they need because they feel like they got what they got. And they gone. Only to get to the High Priestess to start second guessing themselves, where you hear me say like the matter of the mind, to where like the mind may be playing tricks on them, and not in the sense of mania. I don't know, for certain people who are not going through mental illness type things, but it's like this sense of mania of like, should I did this, should I did this, da, 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 like constant over, like mauling over that shit. That's what it kind of gets me though. Like, have you ever seen a bear maul somebody? Go watch it. It just kind of gives me that though, like somebody's mauling, like, yeah, like it's like, dang. Oh, look at that. Didn't I say that? You got 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands. That's like in that feisty ass, get the fuck away from me, I'ma say words to cut you down, don't speak to me, don't talk to me, I don't give a fuck how you feel. Ooh, look at that. And then be sitting over there wondering, well, why nobody ain't come help me? If it's you or a person that you're dealing with or whatever the case may be, it's like, shit, nigga, I'm scared. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this so humorous. I really am. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to make it so. Oh, y'all got so many damn defensive cards. What the hell? Why are y'all so damn feisty? Like, this is issues. Like, I'm telling you, if you have like a tainted past where you had somebody abusive in your life, I think somebody don't recognize in a connection how they connecting with somebody that they doing the same thing to others. If you had to grow up to where it was like you had to fight, be in arguments or whatever the case may be, it's kind of like somebody got to fight you for your love. If it's in a place to where dealing with emotional acceptance or parental type issues or how they were raised, this is that you regurgitating that shit out to somebody else. Stop. 7 of Cups. And I think for some of y'all possibly at a point to where that's why I said somebody got like some substance abuse problems or whatever the case may be. Somebody may rely on substances, like, you know how they say a drunk man never lie. So somebody may wait till they get intoxicated or around certain things that make them feel like who they are to entice them, to where it strokes the ego, to where they say certain shit. That's what it kind of gives me though, because you got 2 of Pentacles. Like I said, it's kind of like somebody like, ooh, like, what do we do? Like somebody don't never know where they stand. Oh, this sucks. Okay. Because you got 7 of Cups, though. That's why I said some people may have substance about type issues. Or when it comes to you feeling your emotions, you may be so much in your headspace to the point where you overthink it and you come emotionally burnt out. And then it goes to here, 3 of Cups, through 7 of Swords. And you have the King of Pentacles. Jesus. This energy here is like being so fucking stubborn and set in your ways to the point to where even if somebody wants to be calm about the matter or seeing things from other people's perspective, you ready to take anything out of context. Like, woo-wee. There's somebody that's ready to take something out of context. Like, say something. Like, ooh, Jesus. These are some aggressive ass cards. Wow. I just want to say, one of y'all got like a Scorpio moon or a Sag moon with all these guys. A Aries moon. I'm saying you got to either have an Aries moon, a Sag moon, or a Scorpio moon to be this goddamn feisty. Okay, anyway. You got Judgment, you got the King of Wands, and you have the Hermit in reverse. Y'all still going through this shit? Anywho, this ain't got nothing to do with me. Certain situations in your life where you speak out of turn or you deal with them, or the feisty type narrative of being in a defensive type state, because 9 of Wands speaks of like the wounded warrior. So it's kind of like those issues to where you was a child or a person or something that hurt and stung you, and you see somebody else doing it to somebody else, you try to go to their aid and defend them and really don't know what you are defending. So when it comes to a space of with the 7 of Swords, you hear me say the Judgment being in reverse and the King of Wands, that's that energy of where they maliciously like talk about people. So you need to go into a space of defending, but you really don't know what you are defending. But if somebody's not talking about somebody, or you so used to where people communicate or they say certain things that could be thought triggering or emotionally triggering, it puts you in a space to where you're overly defensive, to where like you isolate other people from you, because the hermit speaks of being tired to be able to go within and seek that sense of wisdom. So it's kind of like patience and like substances being like added in there. It puts you in a position to where like you in limbo, to where like you possibly have to get like this the timeout call for me, where they where somebody like I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to deal with you. Like even if they dating you or you dating a person or whatever, you kind of like don't call me. We off. And then you kind of like, why you off with me? And it's kind of like, do you not see yo? You know, it's kind of like you used to coming to the cookout and somebody like, no, you can't come to the cookout. Not this time. We're going to pass. Like that type of energy. So that's why I said somebody, you hear me say communicating in the, I think I said this in a reading for y'all two months ago. I think it was June. Did I upload June here? I don't know. But I said it's kind of like in a position to where like if you were younger and you really didn't get to utilize your voice, or you was not in a position of where like your voice held weight, to where now you like, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say and I feel comfortable with it. That's what it still gives me though. Like some emotional old wounds. Wheel of Fortune though. Some of y'all may be going through the hard times or whatever the case may be, and maybe trying to adjust to going through hard times and trying to emotionally adjust with how do you deal with them. So it's coming out in the sense of it's coming out in the people around you, to where you may not be knowing, to where you may be emotionally or mentally abusing them. Y'all got that Six of Wands damn card too. Ugh. Tower. That's crazy though. Out of all these goddamn cards, and you ain't got no Tower card up, right? What the hell? Eight of Cups and everything is fine. That's why I said some of y'all may be hoping and wishing and praying to get certain things in your life, and the possibility that you gotta wait so long to get that help, to get that healing, to get to the other side. Y'all say I don't want it, and y'all keep it moving, and you walk away, pretend that everything is okay, and keep going through the same cycle of life. Somebody don't want to break down like the reasons of why like they keep doing the same things over and over and over and over and over again. I tell people all the time that's so accustomed to being in relationships or connecting with people to where like y'all love hard, y'all got that harsh type love. When you take that out, the relationship is not there. So if somebody heals or somebody grows past it or whatever the case may be, it can always seem like you offending them, because you kind of like, no, this is what we usually do. So that's necessarily something that needs to be worked out, because you got 10 of Cups, overall happiness, 6 of Wands, and the 2. That's why I said this is like a relationship matter, or with self, like shadow and light. It really is like the light and the dark, the negatives and the positive, the pros and the cons, the Libra energy, learning of what it is, like emotional biasness, what is fair, what is right, what is wrong, your moral compass. That's why I say it's kind of like very indecisive to come to an overall medium for 6 of Wands energy. I'll tell you, those are frenemies. That's people who only come around that push people into certain decisions that they don't want to be in, and they not there when shit gets sour. And that's a lot to take on for people that's with you when you like this. Yeah, that's my guy. But when the shit turns upside down, that's people who ain't around with you. Like when your marriage going to shit, or when you're losing your hair, or the baby this, or you got cheated on, you're going through abuse, you're going through addiction. Like them motherfuckers that ain't gonna ride for you when you're going through shit like this. So you trying to think about, you probably might get a cup of silence, but you don't even know. You probably have to take them through so many goddamn tests to see if they solid. It's just like, shit, is it really worth it? Like that will put me in a position where I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Do I want to move? Do I want to stay? Do I want to go? Hey, but you got the Knight of Swords and you got the World as well. That's why I say it's communicative matters. Some of y'all got to learn how to start speaking your truth and being comfortable in your sense of truth, because y'all so used to always being around people that put your ass on defense at every time you say something, and just a normal connection with other people, that when you go into other situations and you're not able to talk, that's the problem. That's the problem. So if this was issues when you was a child dealing with a sense of siblings, you hear me say, if you're dealing with those where you feel like you could never say nothing or a sense of voice, you always have to do the max to get your point across. So this could be a personal, you hear me say, but it just kind of give me y'all. So this is where it takes things out of context and run off with it. Let's hit that down. Back at that Seven of Pentacles saying like, yep, it's the same shit. Same plant. Nothing new, nothing changed. Just the same old, same old, same old. That's how some of y'all looking at it like, oh, it's the same shit. I just want something new. You got the lovers here. It could be relationships though. That's what I say. It gives me like relationship though. But I told y'all, for me, if it's not even love, this is just self-love. You, the feminine, the masculine, and the higher you, how they merge both of those together. Like, we don't even know if that's a man or a woman. Is it? I don't know. They covered up, so I don't know. I don't know. That's not my place to say. Could be a penis down there. That's okay. That's okay. You know? Emerging. But, going back to that, though, because it look like you got little titties out, though. I'm like, wait a minute. Don't look like you got a little titties, though, the way they got the hand right there. And I said, we don't know. And I said, we don't know. Don't care, but that is your ascension though. It could be in relationships or get into a space of love. Like I said, there could be the connection of how you have with people, or when you get to love of how nope. It could it could be like you hear me say the connections that you be making with people. Like you feel like, damn, like we like if you were dating, it seems like you never get nowhere to more than just sex. Sorry. That's what it means, sexual type cards. You could not get nowhere with nobody than just sex. And I think it's become a routine for somebody. Damn, can I get a card out? I think, let me just stop taking. There go that mania. I said that. Some of y'all may not recognize that you are making yourself a victim. Period. So because of certain experiences that you have went through, you may be in that projectile type spaces. Because of certain situations or whatever the case may be, inserting or non-inserting, or when communicative matters, it's kind of like maybe the environment you've been in of certain around of people that really didn't accept you or value your opinion or your voice, where you have to go to beyond measures to be able to say what it is that you need to say. With the Lovers being upright and the Ten of Pentacles being reversed, it's kind of like this is being on unstable grounds. So it's non-committable. It's kind of like somebody that's not all the way in, going back to that situation, like somebody who doesn't know how to build long-lasting things. I'm going to build enough just so I can feel the love, but anything that goes below that, I don't want to. You got Ace of Wands being reversed, and you have me say, hear me say Knight of Cups. Some of y'all are stuck in that old way of thinking and doing certain things. Like this is where like those sexual relations and certain people that comes in, because you got Four of Swords, especially with the Ace of Swords being reversed. It's just like not being able to accept counsel. I really don't care. I'm just getting over the past, but still stuck on the past. That's why I was like, some of y'all really gotta like purge it out, like just purge it out, because it's putting you in a position to where like it's getting you caught up in situations to where it's like the mind, because Eight of Swords is like, you hear me say, that's just mental illusion as well, not the emotional illusion. But you hear me say she's trapped, she's by sharp swords. Damn, that's probably y'all ass why y'all gotta cuss and get to the point to where y'all say what y'all need to say. She by some sharp ass swords. Damn, I can't say them words, but shit. Swords. I keep saying the word hard as hell. My bad. But she's not going into survival type mode, to where it's like, I ain't gonna say she or you're not going into survival type mode. It's assets around them, it's people. So if it's just as gun-ho and it's just as cutthroat, I'm gonna break myself free and get the fuck away from it. But to be tied up and to be don't want to just bump up against, like you see people in the movies when they be like that, they be scooting like, I got to get the fuck up out of here. And some of y'all don't want to, because you keep exhausting yourself in positions to where it's like, okay, I'm finna do this. I'm finna do this. And then in the waiting period, that's where the substances, that's where the people, that's where the sex, that's where the negativity, that's where everything that creeps in that ain't supposed to be in comes in to where you supposed to be around here like on some more to come fruit, like on some more to come back. Hiya, hiya. Get your ass out of here. Kung Fu Panda. That's what I was trying to say. On some Kung Fu Panda shit. Two of Pentacles and that Queen of Swords. Yes. 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 And for men too, you hear me say this though. I say this all the time. When y'all get a lot of Queen Cups upright, for sometimes it could be hard for you to utilize your masculine energy. So those emotionally being led, that's where you can say certain shit. Like think about your old lady. She on a period that she was pregnant. She was mean and she said she was moody and she blamed it on other obstacles. And you like, no, I know other people who went through this. Why the fuck is it so different from you? You don't know how to maintain. You don't know how to communicate. Men, y'all do that too sometimes. Gay or straight. So let me just say that though. So, yeah. That's a lot. You fluctuating from cups to fire. Let me just say that. Five of Pentacles, though, it's a recovery process. But it's kind of like every time, it's like somebody don't want to feel. It's kind of like with the mix of them, they look at it, they see the situation, and it puts them back into a dark type space. What the? Page of Pentacles, that's what I said. It's like, I think somebody, when it comes to starting over or just building or starting with themselves, that's why I said it's kind of like overdose. That's why I think some of y'all are stuck with certain relationships or certain people in routine type behaviors. They go to Empress, attached. In this they can speak of like sometimes being a little bit too attached. That's why I said attachment. Two of Cups. The Sun. But yeah, that's why I say it's kind of like when it takes time for you to go within, be vulnerable, and understand certain things. Somebody pushed themselves right back into a bad situation, and somebody doesn't take accountability for their actions. But you got accountability here, so you may use accountability for as a logic type aspect. Like, okay, apologizing, saying I'm sorry, but emotionally to go within to move to the next chapter, you don't. Because the Empress is still more attached to Two of Cups energy of shit that don't serve her. And it could be a he or she. I'm just saying her. But somebody's more attached to shit that don't serve them. Especially with this Ten of Wands. And they don't recognize how they like the cue music. Bag and lady. Ten of Wands. Like this is you just happy. And pushing that same shit. Shoveling that same shit. I'm sorry, y'all. My grandma used to say that shit. Shoveling that same shit. I'd be like, what does that mean? Three of Swords and you got the Four of Cups. Yep, some of y'all still on that heartbreak. Still on those betrayals. Still holding those words that people said to you. Oh, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Girl, no. And then look at the Three of Swords in that venomous. That's that victim. It's not, I'm going to say victim. But it's more that venomous type sting to where it's there. That's why I said when it comes to emotional type matters and matters of the heart, somebody don't know how to communicate it. Because if they actually communicate it, it pulls the swords out and somebody don't get to use it no more. You know how people use pain as their trump card? Well, I went through this and I went through this and da-da-da-da-da. That's why I am the way I am. Though I say, yeah, somebody uses it as their trump card. Page of Wands. And everything all good because you like, I understand. It's like, no. But you got a lot of pages here, though. So some of y'all may need to do some inner child work and be honest about certain childhood experiences that you have. If you have kids, that'll help you better to connect with them. Like, you understand the journey of where they at and see how you are. And not from a sympathetic place where you try to walk a mile in their shoes and always relate to them. But from an empathetic type place, see where they are and see how you can navigate being in that position. And that's how you connect with other people being around you. But that's why some of y'all are just caught up on like the overdose aspect, being just overly connected. Some of y'all may overdose on information, people, situations. Just kind of give me that though, like somebody just stuck. Overall, you got the Chariot and the King of Cups. This is apathism at its finest. Finest, for real. Like, this is somebody like who just emotionally don't give a fuck. Okay. Alright. Whatever. Slowly over time became a cold-hearted, venomous sons of mother gun. And it's kind of like over time, you hear me say, if it comes to you, like, if it hurts, it's only hurting because it's trying to get you to get to here. To push this here. It is. It's trying to, like, push you here, take you out of that Two of Swords energy. But some of y'all want to be there. That's why I say it's trying. Some situation hurt you just enough to show you how bad you hurt others or some shit you need to change. I'm telling you, that's the realest shit I learned in my life. I was like, God damn, why does it hurt so bad? They was like, you got to change it. I'm like, how? Shit, it hurt. I'm telling you, that shit hurt. Two of Swords and a Page of Cups. That's, you hear me say, not being able to listen. That's like put you in emotional biasness. That's kind of like picking like somebody who doesn't know how to choose a side. It's kind of like slowly over time, like becoming unhappiness because of the voices that's around them and not listening to the voice within. Which our High Priest is upright or reverse. It was reverse. I do remember that. And then you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Tower. So that's why I said it's kind of like, you hear me say, when the High Priest is in reverse, somebody may be going through some short-term memory lapses. Who was it who texted me? It's like not memory loss, like you going through dementia or some shit. No, it's kind of like if somebody come tell you what you did, you can't take accountability because you don't remember. Because the defense has been so strong to defend you for so long that when somebody say, hey, you hurt me, you did this, I don't like this, I didn't do that shit, I never do that shit to somebody with a cancer, and it's like, yeah, that's how somebody is. So I don't think somebody recognized that to be able to take on that part or whatever, because somebody doesn't want to tap into a part of them. Okay? So we're going to get y'all some advice cards or whatever the case may be. Like I said, shit just, it may hurt you, it may seem unfair because it's trying to teach you some things. Because let me tell you something. There's one thing I can say, and I don't condone substance abuse at all. But this Nine of Swords, baby, I used to smoke myself to sleep. Who had insomnia? When you know what I'm saying? Like, who had insomnia? Now, it were days when I just didn't want to smoke, and I sat up, you hear me say, thinking about certain shit. But, baby, let me tell you something. I used to smoke myself to sleep. But I don't condone that, though. Because it was just making me more apathetic. And the divine was like, look, bitch, I'm finna hurt your heart. I'm finna turn up. Because you don't listen to me the first time, so I was already cold as ice, and it didn't help me. Baby, she was cold as ice long ago. Baby, and you never know your love could do. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Oh, and I will say this too. Some of y'all have to learn how to grieve. Okay? Alright. Grieving is not constantly saying, I lost somebody. No. Grieving is honoring their presence, the good, the bad, how they emotionally impacted you. Okay? Things in your life that, now let me stop being sarcastic though. Things in your life, you hear me say, that once served you, that gave you the benefit of the things that help you become the individual that you need to be, whether it was good or bad, whether it was those addictions, whether you didn't know how to save, whether it was cheating, whether it was infidelity, whether it was all those things, that's grieving. Some of y'all got to learn how to grieve. Some of y'all got to learn how to grieve. Stop. On the bottom of the day, we got communication is key. New moon in Gemini. All right, let me get y'all some advice cards. Let's see what's going on with these things. Let's come on with the come on. The answers you need are coming. That's full moon in Gemini. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah. I ain't gonna say Geminis like to talk, but they like to figure out certain shit. So sometimes you gotta utilize that energy though. Oh shit. That was your hard work is paying off, girl. Let me see it. I guess shit don't else want to come out for y'all. I'm taking that was already out. Don't let pride come your way. That's why I said that Leo energy. We is rolling into Leo season. I said check the inner narcissism and the ego. How you go about caring about you, whether that's you buying a new car, a new house. Make sure that when you buy that house, if you buying that car, whatever the case may be, make sure that shit soothes the shit out of you, okay? Don't be around here just buying shit just because, and then be sad when September roll around. And you gotta think of the consequences of your finances, alright? Some of y'all ain't broke though. Some of us is. Or you doing some financial planning. But you hear me say your dreams need a practical plan. So, no, your hard work is playing out. Shit, I'm so used to seeing that shit. No, it's right here. Boom. That's what I said, finances. Taurus talks about spending money, the greed, certain things. You hear me say being fulfilled, find outside substances, the material realm. Out of all the signs, they do this. So that's why I said be very mindful how you treat yourself in the month of August. All right, let's go. Baby, I was cold as ice long ago. Let me tell you something, Libra. Y'all reading hidden. Because I got them sounds in the back to where it can keep, like the binary beats, to keep the frequency off. Baby, my ears so clogged up. I guess y'all need to hear this message. My ears so stop the fuck up. It only come out. My ears only do that on certain readings. Like, you know how people say when they channeling, how people have different things. Baby, my ears be feeling like I'm on top of a fucking mountain. I be wanting to tap out after the reading, though. I don't like this shit. That's why I don't try to read consistently, though. I don't. Yeah, that's why I don't try to read consistently, though. Because my ears, it be fucking with me. Ugh. Anywho. I knew what was about to pop when the door shut. Did y'all hear the door shut when I came in? I was like, oh, shit, here we go. Anywho, but, yeah. Let's do the answers you need are coming. Let's get y'all some advice. It be like that, though. I'm going to put 2 down on each one. Right? And we're going to figure out that's going to stay right there because that's there. Girl, if I drop another damn card, can I just read it to y'all off the floor? That shit getting on my nerve. Alright. Because I think it's time for my break, and I'm really hungry. I think I told y'all, I didn't tell y'all, I ate some edibles last night, like way about 12 o'clock or something like that, and I'm so hungry. And I'm like turning into a monster. Whatever the case may be. And I don't want to cook. I keep that there. I really don't want to cook. I really don't. I really don't, because I'm so damn hungry. But I need to. I just need 1 more, 2 more. Ooh. 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 Did my phone blink? Oh, shit. Bottom of the day, you hear me say, ooh, wait a minute. God damn. I told y'all. Alright, you hear me say, Wheel of Fortune. I forgot why I was going to put this in. But some of y'all, you hear me say, I come into a sense of completion and knowing how to actually plant, harvest. Like you hear me say, I'm a hoe. For everybody who don't know, it's not a hoe that I'm a prostitute, not going around here having sex with everybody. Know it's just that I'm a gardening too and know how to dig deep and get the things that I need to be able to flourish and grow. So some of y'all actually got to learn how to hold ground within yourself, like to get those sets of benefits that you need to get. Because you got Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, the 4, and the Empress. So some of y'all don't know how to receive love or give a sense of empathy or know what it is to have like a maternal type feeling. Now, when I say maternal, that comes from within, like an inner knowing to give love, to receive love, or offer love. That's the like value of most men that don't understand the divine feminine energy, either in with self or others. So that makes it be like, okay, well, I can share with you. I can say hey to you, or you look nice today, or get that back. Just little niceties. And some of y'all are like going through those type of situations. Okay, so let's see what's on the advice part. The answers you need are coming. I told y'all Libras for like damn near a year, which will be what will be my anniversary for the cards. I don't know, but I think my year coming up though. But anywho, was it? I think it was August. Anywho, but my year coming up. But the answers you need that are coming. This is full moon in Gemini. You got 10 of Cups and you got 6 of Cups here. That's family, that's stability, that's the environments, that's situations. Learning how to be stable. This is past. You hear me say this is the past. I say a lot of times in the inner child, and anybody who'd been over there and read it, I said the issues that your children go through are the issues that you have been through. The uncertainties that you have been through in life as an adult, and your kids, you don't want them to go through it. Your parents have been through it. They just don't want to admit it to you. So the answers you need relies in family, like understanding the empathy and how they move and how situations go, like the dynamic of family, like what about family that makes you happy? This is the home, this is the aspect, what is it? So you can learn how to appreciate it if you are in a marriage to where it's not infidelities. Or even if it is or not, or like valuing it, the sense of respect, the 6 of Wands, excluding those sense of people. That's what I said. That's that. All right. Then you got have faith in your dreams. Because you got 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. If the environment you around drains you or you draining it, sometimes you got to recognize hard work do pay off, but you got to know when to fuck the risk. To risk. Risk with a K. The people around you shouldn't drain you, or you shouldn't drain it. You shouldn't always have to carry the burden, or it needs a balance. That's Libra energy between work and life. What you do. You get what I'm saying? Like it needs some sort of balance. Okay? Don't let your pride get in the way. Because you got the Star and the 4 of Cups. That's why I said, watch how the month of August, how you are treating yourself, how you are speaking to others. Because you're going to be, I'm telling you, you're going to get that wave of nostalgic type energy where you're going to be like, shit, I'm finna, like, say for instance, like, shit, you finna go back into that rambunctious ass behavior. I'm sorry, though, I didn't fart. But if I did, I wouldn't care. But I'm saying I didn't fart. You got the Star and the 4 of Cups. That's why I said, this is you. You hear me say sitting in that overdose, thinking too much, addictive type thought situations, unhappiness, soaking, feeling left out, and then bitch, I'm a bad bitch. And it don't fix shit, but it just makes the outside look good and not the inner. That's why I said watch that for the month of August so you won't be around here repeating the same shit. Your dreams need a practical plan. This is Taurus, where you hear me say being fixated on the materials, the realms, the people, the 6 of Wands, the people who don't help you, the people who are not there for the long haul. That energy, sometimes where they get caught up in those situations. I ain't never met a Taurus who don't like people that much. Because you got Ace of Swords and you got the 8 of Pentacles. It could be, you hear me say, the old shit that needs to be, it's like how you invest into old things, like things that need to be brought up and fixing and actually finding some sort of interest in them and knowing when to be done. A cutoff and a time. That's all about greed, success, wealth. Like, if this is the time where you get like a divine little pause where you don't have access to something, this is the time where you reiterate some sort of plan to say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So you hit a main goal. Because you're supposed to go home and a 10 of Pentacles to relax. You ain't supposed to go home to feel like you're tired. Okay. Last but least, you got a new romantic cycle begins. Somebody that balances you. And somebody that balance you ain't always going to be somebody that's got half on the rent. Or y'all going half on bills. Because apparently this ain't working. So I want to say that though, okay? I'm sorry. I just had to call it out. But you got Page of Wands and the Knight. So that's that balanced energy. Like you can't sit up here and want something good. But then want to still be stuck on the old. Okay? That's why I said that half on the rent sometimes don't help you. Now, I ain't saying nigga can't pay half on bill. He can't. But if you just worry about a nigga alleviating some bills, I'm sorry, sis. You finna get a nigga that's tough on your hand. If you trying to get a female that's around here just, oh, I want her to just be in the house. I want her to be a housewife. When you got money, she worry about more money than anything. It's because you ain't looking at how they could value you and you serve them in the most beautiful type way. So that's why I said these two don't add up. This nigga on a fucking horse and he got a stick. This is a knight and this is a page. I'm not saying they can't go hand in hand, but if they was upright, maybe. But they reversed. That's why I said you gotta think about how you're dating, and especially going into forced love. Like, is it finances? How you know, if the finance is good, you good, or somebody buying you, is this good? Is you able to do certain things? Is that what's good? And if you don't got it, that's when it's a problem. Hey, so that's why I said, hey, a new romantic cycle comes in. Some of y'all gotta recognize, you know what I'm saying, how to love and what gives each other and what brings a sense of balance. All right, so Libra, I'm finna go fix me something because I tell you I'm hungry as hell, and I don't know. That's all I gotta say. I'm hungry as hell. If you don't remember shit I said, just learn how to grieve. So that's appreciating the good and the bad and all those different things in your life. So I really need to tap out because I'm tired of talking. So bye.